Kanye West, latest, thrown out of Skechers headquarters. At one point, he was, I think, the wealthiest African-American male entertainer in the world.
And now he's no longer a billionaire.
Some saying losing like $500 million with his breakup with Adidas and Gap and everything else. In the Skechers incident, my understanding is he went in unannounced and uninvited, and I think he was maybe trying to talk to them like, hey, let's do something together. And they were like,
no.
With everything going on, he's too toxic to be around, so they were like, no, we have nothing to do with Kanye.
When you say everything, that's the things he's been saying.
Yeah, the anti-Semitic remarks.
Where he said he was going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews, which is just like unbelievable in this day and age. I know, Squid, that you're a supporter, but I can't with this. And it seems that some people are like, oh God, he's losing all these sponsors. To me, rightfully so. Consequence of something, when you say something like that and you have the power that Kanye had, the presence on social media, what did he think was going to happen? What did he I think he really thought nothing was going to happen.
Nothing's ever happened his whole life.
Nothing.
Yeah.
By the way, his products have also been dropped by TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and Home Goods.
Oh, dang.
And that's huge. That is huge.
Seriously, they said about $500 million. Yeah, I mean, it's because it's the companies that he's with that are choosing to do this. Like, if it was just Yeezy, then I think let people decide if they want to support him or not.
Absolutely. But the companies are deciding.
They can make that choice if they want to. And companies, their last thing they want to do is risk anything. Let's go to our official attorney, Lisa Lanier. Good morning, Lisa.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I think Kanye West is just a nut. You know, he has always been a fan of the Nazis and Hitler. I read the most fascinating article from an executive who worked for him, who said he had to quit because the guy is so fascinated and obsessed with Adolf Hitler, quoting him all the time, talking about how great he was, and it's just kind of a continuum of that, you know. And then it started with the White Lives Matter T-shirt line, and then the anti-Semitic remarks, and it's just nutty. And it's finally got to a point where these companies are invoking, because you were asking me, Jared, how are they legally getting him, out of these contracts? So they have these morals clauses. And the moral clauses are in every celebrity endorsement agreement, every contract in Hollywood, because, you want, if you're a big company like Adidas, Nike, whoever, and you have any celebrity, it could be, like Tiger Woods, for example, he's gotten dropped a time or two, because of the moral clause. Lots of celebrities have. So they invoke this clause when your behavior is immoral and embarrassing to the company. And it's at great risk. I read an article this morning about Adidas is going to lose a ton of money because of dropping him, but they're making a point. And they may lose more money by dropping him than they would have lost if they'd kept him. And there's this big competition with Nike because he brings a lot to the table. And, unfortunately, he owns a lot. He'll still get paid, too, by a lot of these companies, not because the contract allows for the severance of the celebrity endorsement, but his company owns 160 trademarks related to fashion. And so he will continue to get royalties from the sale of these goods. And so, some of these companies are saying, look, we're just going to pull all of his products. We're not even going to sell them anymore. In that case, he won't. But if they continue to sell anything that he owned the trademark to, then he's going to continue to get an intellectual property payment from these things. It's nuts. The whole thing is.
But I wonder if somebody, sorry, Jason, and this is just maybe a weird way of thinking, someone should start a company called like Second Chance Apparel. And they get all the people that have been canceled to be their endorsers. And then it says that's their niche. And people's like, all right, I'll get this Adam Levine shirt and this Kanye West. I'm not saying they're the same. Yeah. But people that have kind of had like did stuff they shouldn't have done. I don't know.
Well, who decides, Lisa? Like you say, there's the moral contract. So you have a contract, and then if you do something that's embarrassing to the company, they can release you from the contract. But who decides what's embarrassing enough, or how embarrassing it is, and or what you say, or at what level it has to get to that they can just enact that?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's kind of a reasonable person standard that you've done something that reasonable people would, your average reasonable person would consider immoral, or it can be, some cases they do something illegal, but other cases it is, like a sex scandal, sexual assault charges. Sometimes it's cheating, cheating on your spouse.
So is it basically like community standards?
Exactly. So it's sort of like the average reasonable person would consider that behavior immoral.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, and then Oh shoot, with Kanye West, I was going to ask another thing. But like for example, but as a company, people can do like you can have a celebrity endorser or somebody, and they can do something illegal. They could say something reprehensible, and you can just choose to keep them.
You can keep them,
But
right?
it kind of gives you it just gives you an out.
It gives you an out.
Famously, and I think there's lots of different ways to think about this, but Kobe Bryant years ago, he was accused of sexual assault, and Nike famously stood by him. And then eventually it was dropped, and maybe it's the right thing, innocent until proven guilty. But many companies, right away, done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that the difference there, though, is that it's that waiting for the case and waiting for the trial and
But
waiting
people get
for
dropped all the time just with accusations.
Sure, but accusations. But then it's interesting because we have the instant gratification of a tweet, and whether you delete it or not, there's still going to be somebody will still have a screenshot of that, and you can't say no, I didn't. Yes, you did. We have it right here.
Yeah.
Well, I think these companies look at like with the Kobe Bryant situation, they look at kind of the big picture. They look at how, have there been other allegations, or is it just this one allegation? Has this person ever had allegations, or have they been, have they been keeping a clean track record? And so, and they look at the strength of the allegations. Is it a weak allegation? And if so, they may stick by the person like they did in that situation. But a lot of times it'll be multiple people coming forward, like a Bill Cosby kind of situation, Harvey Weinstein kind of situation. And then, the kind of writings on the wall, they're going to drop those people.
Oh, it makes sense. And my son took me to some over-the-top expensive shoe store, like specialty shoe store. He's really into shoes. And this was just recently, and he was like, "Dad, give me these Yeezys, please." I'm like, "No." They're like,
I think the price is like tripled.
it's no. On the secondary market, they're up 500%.
Oh,
So I was like, I should have bought it. You
I
do?
have some.
I'll buy them too at marked up only 250%.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
Let me text Landon.
And the internet traffic, his brand.
Landon, we're rich.
Adidas is losing millions just in internet traffic
Yeah.
from having his brand on their website.
Well, and then there was the guy, I think on TikTok, who burned his entire collection of Yeezys and is like gone viral.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So his whole collection.
Interesting. Wow. All right, she's awesome. She's the best. Official attorney of Jared and Katie in the Morning. Lisa Lanier, if you're ever injured on the job, contact her right away at hireaheavyweight.com.